I like it. I like it. I like it.
Thank you, Q. You always positive. P was shaking his head, not nodding. Why?
Because it's giving you middle-aged barbershop. It's waiting.
Ain't nothing with the middle age. What you mean? The people in the barbershop middle age or the music did?
I mean, it gives you like the barber still got the afro and only knows how to do fades and lineups. That's it.
You saying there's like a chessboard in this barbershop?
Absolutely. With checker pieces and not actual pawns, you know?
Come on, man. Adrian, how you feel about the music, yo?
I rock with it, man.
Indeed, man. Cowabunga. All right, man. We're gonna let people file in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they've been waiting for this. I know I have. You know what I mean? It's been like a long week and shit. It was like when I used to do birthdays, like when your birthday was on Friday and it was Monday type shit. So I'm feeling excited, man. I feel like we got good energy. We had enough time because we didn't rush it to actually process the entire situation and all that. Let other people get their word in. Let them get the worms out, so we can come through it and be like the finale type shit. So this might be risky. Here you go. All right. We here. DJ Hamp the Stampede, we in the building.
DJ Ham does
It might be risky. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You see the lovely panel we have this evening. Let's make some more noise for them. Got my man Russ, B, Adrian, P is back, Q is back, Alex is back. Shit, y'all all been missing. Matter of fact,
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
you know what I mean? Shout out to them. P, where you been at?
Working, crashing cars, you know, same thing.
Oh, yeah, like usual. You crashed another car?
Yeah, I totaled it last week. I was in the hospital. Yeah.
Now, I think I'm supposed to say you okay. But fuck all that. Why you crashed the car?
You're asking great questions. I don't know. But it's the second truck in 2 months. And I pick up my next one tomorrow.
You gotta get a bike, bro. You more of a bike type of nigga, obviously.
I keep my comments to myself. Nope.
Yeah. Keep your comments to yourself. You gotta put a seat on that bike. Word. Q, where you been at?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I've been see what it is I've been putting stuff.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Put him in the fucking bedroom.
Let me land. Okay, let me land. I've been putting stuff on for Thursdays and stuff. So I had to rearrange my schedule.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Alex, how was your mom's birthday?
It was really good. Spent a lot of money. It was a long drive, but we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, it'd be like that. That's what's up. All right. First topic. So we kind of talked about this on the locker room. So I may have heard some takes, but I wanted to bring it back up with a little bit different of a panel. So can you date a friend's ex? Right. So ex implies that they had an actual relationship. So can you date a friend's ex? You can add a caveat if you want. You know, did your friend say yes, it's cool, so on and so forth. However you want to chop it up. Can you date a friend's ex? Q, will start with you.
Okay, so you said they would have to have had a relationship.
Yeah, would it be an ex? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So does that also mean people that they've had sexual history with?
No.
So it was like a friend they was cool with, but they had sexual history, but they didn't actually date them.
I think ex implies it was a relationship.
A full relationship.
But
see, so here's
if it was smashing, okay, let's consider that.
Yeah, they were smashing. I feel like if they were smashing and there was any type of feelings involved from one party to the other, it's automatically no. You know what I mean? Like, because we live in that era now where it's that fine line where they be like, well, y'all wasn't technically a couple, But if the motherfuckers have feelings and you know they have feelings, that's a violation automatically. So I say no, like you shouldn't be fucking nobody ex if you friends.
Okay.
And you know the implication is that if you're moving in that space, you know everybody says, was you looking at them when we was together? You know what I'm saying? Was you checking for them? What was it that might have been happening that I didn't know about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it also depends on how they broke that relationship off. So if they didn't leave on cool terms, now you got to hear about this nigga or this bitch every time you link up with your friend. It's just an automatic no.
Okay. Pierre, what you think? Can you date a friend's ex?
No. For this, I mean, I literally agree with everything Q said. There's no realm or space where we should ever say, "Oh, we got the same ex." Like, how'd that work out? Like, we gonna look stupid because we talk about people that do that now, Kim Kardashian and all everybody who she done dated, right? But like, I don't see how that's possible. I don't care if your friend says, like, if you ask me, "Can you date my ex?" and I'm like, "Oh yeah," trying to be mature, and the inside, hell no, we're not friends no more.
So you might actually say, "Yeah, go ahead."
No, Pierre would never say, "Yeah, go ahead." But there are some people that will say that and be like, "Well, it's okay. I'm gonna be the bigger person," and I mean, like, it just eats them up internally, and it manifests another way. But at the end of the day, you no longer become like you're no longer friends. It's gonna be a conflict, and so I would never say, "Yeah, let's go date." Can't be besties.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. B, what you think? Would you date a friend's ex?
Nope. Absolutely not. No way around it. Nope. Nope. Just no way around it.
Okay, so no. Okay, got it. Nope. Russ?
Yeah, I think I got a different take. I think there's levels to this shit, yeah. I think how you define friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be friends 1 minute and then not friends the next, yo. So, for me, like, I'm not dating nobody ex. But if you want my scraps, then that's your business, though. Like,
so when you saying if you're a man, yeah, go ahead.
Right? You come to me, you ask if you could date my ex. I mean, nigga, if that's really what you want to do, right? Do your thing, man. But then I know, like, there's a cap on our relationship. Like, there's a level of discomfort that's gonna be there, and the discomfort probably gonna be on your end, not mine. Like, she my ex for a reason. You know what I mean? But I think there's levels to it.
Okay. So you saying you would be all right with it, but that friendship has a ceiling.
Right.
For sure.
So would you be his best man?
How petty do I feel? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because that would just be men talk just like women talk, but like we talk super greasy. So it's not gonna be good for him. So let's just make another selection.
Yeah,
I'll come though.
Now, you're not gonna hit him with a forever hold your peace type shit, right?
Nah. I'm gonna just be out at the open bar. That's it.
Okay. No doubt.
Question though, would you bring his ex to the wedding of your ex and your friend?
Nah, bro. I'm married, dog. I'm gonna bring my wife. We going.
Good answer.
That was a smooth answer out. That was a good
Hart, man.
That's that.
Adrian, can you date a friend's ex? And then Alex, you cap it off. Isha, what up though? Your hair look nice. Who hair? I mean, what, when?
He hated. Tell him stop hating.
I don't know how to say it.
You said who hair did?
No, it almost slipped out, but I didn't finish it. I think the thought has to count.
You gotta change it up. Long hair, short hair, curly hair, straight hair.
All of that. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. Adrian, can you date a friend's ex?
Nah, yo.
Nah. Tell me more.
So you just can't, like Russ was saying, dudes talk. It's always gonna be awkward, and the dynamic of the friendship changes. And like I was saying before, like I've been on the other side of that several times. Like even now, where dudes wifed up, like they weren't like exes, well, some of them were, but now like the whole, I don't even know how to speak to them when I see them, right? So it's like, oh, hey, like I don't know if I'm going for the little side hug. Like, is that crazy? Do I even speak? Do I gotta wait from the? It just messes things up so much, and there's so many women out here. So especially for the men, I don't feel like you need to wife up something that somebody you cool with or went to school with or that you know you're gonna be around again. It just creates too much mess, man. So I say nah, under no circumstances. No circumstances.
Okay. Word. Alex, can you date a friend's ex?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Why you answer so fast?
Because it's a no. A big no.
Yeah.
Because I think about it, if you were my friend, then that means I've come to you and I may have shared certain things with you. And to, I think it was Q's point, I'm going to be thinking, so when did this start? Were you always looking at him? Were you always having this type of attraction? And you also have to be mindful of that middle friend who's going to be like, oh, do you want me to tell him who's trying to be the mediator and the friend of the both of you? No. Because there's always room for people to slide in, and that's not a thing. And if you ever wanted one of my exes,
what you mean?
We were never friends.
What if they was feeling them before?
No.
They was feeling them before, but you was with them. So they knew not to go there. Now you're not.
Don't do it.
I'm just mad.
So, question. So, what if it was just cheeks, though? Like, what if one of your friends was like friends with benefits with some dude, and then y'all start kicking it? Is that an option?
For me personally, no.
But
I've seen people do it, but it's a no for me.
But you've seen women do that before. Did you think they was bugging?
Yes. Because why would you want what your friend had? Why would you want their leftovers? Mm-hmm. 9 out of 10 times, if we're homegirls, you're going to tell me, you're going to let me know, girl, how was it? What's going on with him? Even if you weren't in anything serious. Like, I'm going to know a little bit of background. Like, the answer is an absolute no.
Damn. So, Isha, so if so Shanae said this. Now I think she wilding right here. She said, anybody she messed with, like come on, bro. Like that's like
yeah,
what if
she bugging? Yeah.
So
yeah, she crazy.
Ish, what if it was somebody like one of your friends was she ain't like him, you know what I'm saying? So, but they was just doing whatever. Then he come at you and y'all click. You not gonna wife him?
And he want to be in love with me or something?
Yeah. You in love with him too?
I think the type of friendship I have with that person matters, right? Because for me, any of my exes, they up for grabs because they're ex for a reason, right? They up for grabs. But if she my homegirl, we sitting here and we talking about everything we talk about, because women can talk about a lot of stuff and get kind of grungy too, then nah, there's no way that I would want somebody that she was with.
Okay. So hold on, let me see. Let me post this question. So what if you didn't know it was their ex until after you was involved? Then what, Ish?
I'm not cutting them off. I'm gonna come to them like, oh, you know, you used to talk with him. I didn't know that. He's up for grabs. He's fair game.
Okay. Okay. I respect that. I think women move a lot differently than men. Like once sex ensues for men, it's off. Like she can never be that. And as I was thinking about it, sometimes the body count matters, but the bodies matter, right? So not even the count, it's who bodies you, right? So if my man body you and you only got 2 bodies, you off limits. For me, not off, but I couldn't even go there. You feel me? So I think the body might matter too. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. All right. I like it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell them right now. You like the channel, it helps the channel. You know what I mean? More people can see us. You know, that's one way to support. You know what I mean? Post your comments. If we like them, we'll share them. We're streaming on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, all that. We got merch. Everything's in the description, you know. But take a moment, like the live feed. It helps the channel. All right. You know what I mean? What we've been kind of brewing up. We've been watching a lot of it going on. We seen somebody get this Snoop Dogg shit slapped out of him at the Oscars. A place where you probably would not expect it. Will smacked Chris. Chris was stunned. It wasn't his first joke he said about what's her name?
Jada
Pinkett Smith. What's her name?
Jada Pinkett Smith.
I thought her last name was Alcina, but anyway, yeah. So,
fired.
That one, huh?
It's hyphenated. It's hyphenated.
It's hyphenated. So, the question I have is, so in lieu of that, right, Will Smith, can you go too far when defending your spouse? I mean, this is at the Oscars. There's only, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 other black men that won this award. Jamie Foxx won it for Ray. Denzel won it for Training Day, and now Will Smith won it for I forget the name of the movie. Serena and Venus fall.
King Richard.
King Richard, right? So it's not many of us that won this award. So this is prestigious. It's historic, you know, so on and so forth. But we saw what happened. So did Will go too far? And can you go too far when defending your spouse? B, we'll start with you.
All right, so several things I have to say. So first off, what we have to realize, and there's an old saying in the South where I come from, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. What we have to realize is, I got this. I got the, oh, help me, Jesus. What we have to realize is when you are a comedians crack jokes. That's their job. That's what they do. Whether we think it's offensive, this, that, or whatever, it's what they do. That's their lane. And when you are at the Oscars and you're front row at that, what would you expect for a comedian to do? Now, several things from my research that I've concluded. We don't even know if Chris Rock knew that the bitch had alopecia, for one, okay? We don't know that, okay? And I say Jada is a bitch because for you to sit back and sleep with a man, your son's best friend at that, I have no respect. Then the bitch gonna get on goddamn the red table. And the bitch gonna sit back and spread all that business, and I ain't got no respect for the bitch. So that's how I lost. Damn, I got the whole help me, Jesus. I got the help me, Lord.
Take your time.
I have no more respect for her after that. After she done got on the red table and then gonna sit back and have to discuss the business that she had with the man's best friend, I ain't had no more respect for her than that. So what happened? You don't sit back and defend bitches. She's a bitch. You don't defend no bitch. Okay? He's a goddamn comedian. That's what comedians do. Then also, when we look at the video, what do
we see at the video?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you, Pierre. I'm gonna tell you. When we look at the video, well, listen. Now y'all got the list. I'm trying to make some good points. When Chris Rock said the joke, after he said the joke, Will Smith and his bitch ass, he gonna sit back and laugh. Then that bald-headed bitch Jada gonna look over at Will Smith, and then what I think is she gave him that look. All right, then that's when Will Smith started laughing. He went up there on the stage. For one, men don't slap another man. We punch. We don't slap. He gonna slap the man. Then gonna turn his back on the man and do that little switch off stage. Go back to have a seat after that. Man, motherfucker, you done sat back and slapped me. You think I'm gonna sit back and kick your ass over the came out that goddamn tuxedo?
What was the look? I missed the look. What was the look?
I would have beat the hell out of that man.
I want to see it again. What was the look that she gave? What did it look like?
Oh,
and then what happened after that?
Will Smith, he stopped laughing. Then he can walk up on the stage open-handed at that. He gonna slap the man. Child, I don't want to hear that shit, T. Listen, it's as simple as this. At the end of the day, that's what comedians do. If he found my issue with this, if he found it offensive, why did he not handle it in the beginning? All right, that's Chris Rock's lane.
What was the time lapse?
Huh?
What was the time lapse
It
between
was
the joke and
just
slap?
I mean, when he said it, was probably about maybe 15, 20 seconds of a time lapse. But at the end of the day, if it was that offensive, why did he not go and handle it to start off with? You gonna sit back and laugh, then your wife, that bitch gonna give you look, you can go up there and handle it. He didn't have this type of smoke for August when August was fucking his wife in the goddamn house that he didn't fucking pay the bills for. He didn't have that type of smoke then. Then the motherfucker gonna sit back, he gonna slap him. Hey, he slapped me. Now I ain't no hardcore motherfucker. I ain't hard like him. I ain't hard. But goddamn, I would have put my foot up that motherfucker's ass. He was motherfucker. I'm sorry.
I want you to look at your neighbor. I want you to look at your neighbor and breathe. I want you to inhale. You're gonna hold, okay?
I get passionate. I get hyper. I'm sorry. I get hyper. But man,
listen.
At the end of the day, that's his lane.
Listen.
I'll tell y'all a story. I'm gonna tell y'all a story.
No.
Story here. Come on, let him in. Go ahead, B.
I want to say something. God,
we want to hear the story. We want to hear the story.
All right, we'll hear the story in a second.
Okay, because it's a good story.
All right, we're gonna see. So
I'm gonna keep it short for 1 minute, but you go, Ham.
I know you. It ain't gonna be short. Listen, 15 to 20 seconds. You don't think he handled it expeditiously?
Okay, Ham. If you say a joke about me, all right, and okay, if I got a lady and you sit back and say something about her, you say, "Hey, Brian, your wife, she got a bald head. She's a bald-headed bitch," and I sit back and laugh. And I look over at my wife and she got a problem with it. Now I can't decide I'm gonna go slap you. I should have handled the situation right then and there. You nip things in the bud. You don't wait till later to go handle it. No, you nip it in the bud. And even if you decide to handle it later, there's a time and a place for it. They showed a video of years ago. This is back in the early 1990s. Will Smith, he was on, it wasn't Def Comedy Jam, but he was on some talk show. And he was cracking jokes on the people in the crowd. It's what comedians do. I mean, I went to Atlantic City. And this hotel that I was staying in, I was dating this woman at the time. And in this hotel we were staying in, they had a comedy club. We went to it. And the first thing that came to my mind is, I hope they don't crack jokes on me because, I don't want to be the center of attention. But that's what they do. I remember when the first time I ever went out with him, I'm going to keep this short now. I'm going to keep it to a minute. I promise I'm going to keep it to a minute now. I remember the first time me and Hamp went out. It was me, Hamp, and another friend that we're very close with, okay? And we were at this bar. It was on M Street. And Hamp and the friend, they started cracking jokes on me. I remember another time I was at Hamp's house. Hamp said, "Hey, look, he got on that fanny pack. Drop and do some push-ups." I didn't get upset and slap Hamp. That's Hamp's lane. Hamp cracks jokes. Now I know if I slap Hamp, my mother got to attend my funeral. I ain't stupid. I can't beat that motherfucker. Motherfucker got all them goddamn muscles popping out of his shirt. No, I can't beat that son. All right? But I know that at the end of the day, that's what he does. That's his lane. When Hamp goes out with me, Hamp know I'm a spin.
Can we play the Grammy music? Play the Grammy music.
Listen, and I'm gonna stop, okay? But
you done heard it for 20 minutes. We want to speak. I want to speak shit.
All right, listen.
Damn.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
It's 8 of us up in this motherfucker. We only heard you for the last 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. But when me and Hamp go out, Hamp know I got a certain lane. All right, that's what Chris Rock do. He wouldn't have slapped me. I'm sorry. All of New York City and South Carolina would have came out in my country ass. I would have whipped his ass. Then the motherfucker, what got me? He turned his back on the man. No,
he wasn't afraid of no repercussion.
What does that tell you? He thought Chris Rock was a bitch because I would not slap him and then turn my back on him. I know that motherfucker gonna kick my ass. Ain't no way that couldn't have been Brian Graham.
No Pierre.
Well, shit. How do you follow up that soliloquy? Yeah, wow.
Ooh,
but
help me, Jesus, help me, Lord.
Help him. Find your center. No, I do think there's such thing as going too far. Like smacking a man in the middle of doing his job, smacking a comedian for making a joke. That's dumb to me, right? I also don't think it was done with malice or malicious intent. She looked like G.I. Jane. If it was a bald-headed nigga, we'd be like, you look like G.I. Joe. Oh my God, right? And then let's also think about it's alopecia. It's not cancer.
Thank you.
Bitch, you bald. You got this. You got me. Okay. Woo. Cool. You have my students call me bald-headed motherfucker all the time. I'm supposed to smack them? I mean, it's not false. Bald is bald. But he literally called her G.I. Jane And she rolled her eyes. Okay, cool. But you were
So-
talking about beef from the other one is like the Arsenio Hall, where Will Smith was talking about somebody that was bald, having to shave their head every day. Same jokes. Jokes are jokes. Now, if it's talking about somebody's child, if it's talking about a disability, and alopecia is not a disability. It is literally like, for men, it's called male pattern baldness. It is just a condition. You can't be singing "I am not my hair, India Irie" with all your heart and soul, and the next day now you sad because you ain't got no damn hair no more. Pick a struggle.
Right.
Do you
And
think for Black women, just the struggle with hair alone needs to be considered? Like, Black women have to alter their hair quite often, right? Because it's seen as kinky, nappy. When we wear our hair natural, it's considered unprofessional, right? And then alopecia is indeed a disease, although we may not deem it a super, I don't know what to call it, like harsh disease or life threatening.
Autoimmune.
Yeah, it's an autoimmune disease. So with those two things coupled together, is there any consideration to be more sensitive to it?
Sure, you can be sensitive to it, but it's not that. And again, not a woman, can't relate to that. But there's other factors that I think supersede that. It's a comedian. It's your friend. You chose to sit front row. If I go to Wild and Out and I look tacky and I go sit front row and I get called out by DC Young Fly, I'm supposed to jump up and smack him? No, you decided to come here. You of your own fruition came up here, right? You talk shit about the Oscars any other time because they do. That's why they've been boycotting. So now you want to come, and now because you're here, we're supposed to walk on eggshells. We're not doing that.
Right.
Yes, can you be sensitive and empathetic? Absolutely. But that also, I think, would have been met better with. I was cool with him yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." Like, that's still ghetto to me. That's ghetto as hell at the Oscars. However, you then raised your level of ghetto when you went up there and smacked him. And if at any other awards show, if that was any other person who was black, or I'm sorry, who was white, or any other that wasn't black on the stage, security would have been there.
I want to piggyback on something. My other issue that I have with this.
Hold on, B.
Frank, your time is up. You can say it at the end. When we hit Jerry Springer, then bring it up.
Well, excuse me, P. I didn't know you was the host.
I am.
Oh, okay.
All right, Russ, give me your take.
To answer your question, can you go too far when defending your spouse? You can go too far with anything. So the answer to that is yes. I think with your spouse and your children, there's freedom. You have freedom of choice, not freedom of consequence, right? You can go too far with anything. Spouses and children, you got to be cool with whatever that is. You go as far as it is that you feel you need to go and are okay with whatever those consequences are, right? Especially with spouses and children. You need to go. For this Will and Jada thing, we got to recognize that reaction wasn't about him defending his spouse. That was about him. That was about his insecurity. That was about whatever he's been feeling and dealing with from the last couple of months to the last couple of years to even back to childhood, right? Like, that response was all about him, and it's convenient. And he took the opportunity, and I'm not saying like it was an opportunistic thing, like he was a conscious thing, but the opportunity presented itself where you've offended my spouse. I got all of this ish built up over however long, and I made absolutely all the wrong decisions in that moment. And this is what we get.
Okay, but you saying that we can't necessarily define what's too far for that man, but we also want to acknowledge that it wasn't because of that; it was for other things.
Facts. But again, you cannot. You don't on the outside don't get to define what's too far for defense of a spouse or a child, even though that line does exist.
Okay, makes sense. Alex, what you feel?
So I do think you can go too far when defending your spouse. Let's just answer that question. But I think I agree with what Russ said. I think the slap was bigger than what happened in the moment.
Wait,
And
so if somebody hurt your husband, you saying you can go too far in defending that man?
no, but it's what I choose to do in defending him is what could be considered too far. But I think with what happened with Will, I think it was bigger than just the comment or the joke that was made. I mean, I can't imagine, like, he's been having, like, all the jokes have been going on. He's finally in a place where he's being vulnerable about himself. They're living in their truth, living in the moment, whatever. And then you're up for this historic moment. So he was probably on edge, I can imagine, all day, all the months leading up to it. And then all of a sudden he looked over at his wife. Okay, you know what? I got to do something. Because the perception of me is that I'm a simp. The perception of me is that my wife gets to go ahead and she gets to do whatever she wants. The perception is that people are questioning my manhood and what goes on in my marriage. So my wife didn't like what you said. She looked over at you, saw she rolled her eyes, and he snapped. He got up and he did what he felt. I don't even think what he felt was appropriate. I just think he got up and he snapped. And I think it was all the pent up emotions of what has been going on prior to. I think the slap was just the moment. And we don't know if him and Chris Rock have had a history, even outside of the Oscar so white jokes. And I even think it's one thing if you made the joke about Will because he was the nominee, but bringing Jada into it was for what? In that moment. She wasn't up for an award, Will was. So why did you mention her?
Q, what you think? Was it
Go ahead.
about?
I don't think that man knew what he was going to do when he got up and walked up there.
You think he was
I don't
contemplating?
think he already knew, like, had a preconceived notion. I can't imagine as a grown he's 6'2", he's 6'2", 230. As a grown 6'2", 230-pound man, you gonna go up and slap a man, dog, that you that upset with, and then saunter off? That man ain't know what he was gonna do.
Okay.
He felt the way he got up. He realized on the way up there, like, I got to do something, and that's what he came up with.
That's what he came up with. So Q, what you think about the takes? Do you think it was about her or about things around him happening to him for the last 4 years?
I gotta agree with Russ. Like, I really feel that y'all stupid because y'all laugh mad slow. But no, I really think that he's right. I don't think that it just came from like, oh, let me protect her, because to B's point, if it was about Jada, he wouldn't even laugh with it. He would have immediately reacted if he was protecting her. I think what motivated him to make that move and get up and do the slap and whatever the fuck he chose to do was some personal shit. So like I know I did some research, and a lot of people probably already knew this, but with him coming from an abusive household where his father was abusive to his mother, I think it put him in a position when Jada's disposition changed to be like, I gotta do something about this. It probably was a trigger. It probably reminded him of a time where the house was all laughs and jokes, and then his father did something and he saw his mother's face change or reaction change, and then felt like, I need to step up. So I think that it was something way deeper than that. And I think it was Tiffany Haddish who made a comment about, oh, it's good to see your man step up and protect you and this, that, and the third. And a lot of women started co-signing that. I feel like this. For me personally, I'm not impressed that Will slapped Chris Rock. And I don't see that as, oh, he protected her. Jada could have protected herself from Chris Rock, in my opinion. I think if I would have seen him do it at a larger scale, so say he would have kept that same energy with like a LL hosting, or a lot of people have mentioned The Rock hosting it. Like if he keep that same energy, okay, then you just about protecting your wife at all costs. But I don't really think it was ever about her. And it doesn't seem like in their relationship, it was always him putting her first as a priority. So just kind of a weird flex. Do I think that we should cancel him though? Like some people are taking that shit too far. I'ma still be playing Summertime in the summertime. You feel me? I fucks with Will, but did he do the? Did he kind of take it too far in that moment? It is kind of giving narc energy from her. I'll be honest, and it does kind of feel like he could have had a sidebar conversation with Chris, if nothing else, on a night like that. That's not a setting where you come out of pocket and put your hands on somebody, and then we're all supposed to be like, well, he had a human moment. This is the same guy that criticized Eminem in the, I think, late 90s, early 2000s for cussing in his rhymes. So now you're twice the age that you were then, and you're going to slap a man on live TV.
Okay. Question off of what Q said and what everybody's saying. Can two things be true, Adrian? He was triggered when she did not laugh and he did something about it, but also he's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Can both those things be true?
Yeah, you definitely can have two things can be true. I say that all the time. Two things can be true. But I definitely think it was him just being like sick and tired and hitting a breaking point. Like he's been the butt of jokes for years.
Yeah.
Right. Even before the entanglement stuff. So that Chris Rock took that slap for Tupac, man. You know what I'm saying? They go way back there. Right. But I think it's no judgment for Will Smith too, because like you said, it's only been 3 black men to ever win an Oscar. So there's a certain type of like mask. You have to conduct yourself a certain way all the time. Right. And so like I'm nowhere near on his level. Right. But as a manager and in my field, I'll say mine is like 3%. His joint at 95. So for him to finally like lose it and slap somebody like that, I can dig it. Because like I said, mine is nowhere near like that. And I'll be ready to slap people, or I'll lose it and go off on somebody and just be like, damn, like I shouldn't even have done that. So I still think he fired for even being able to make it to the point to where he made it at. But wrong is still wrong. Right. And I get the whole, can you tell a man is protecting his wife? Can you tell a man how far to go to protect his wife? Yes. Right? Because the end should justify the means. Everything you should still operate in wisdom. So the fact that it was a comedian, the fact that it is something to be expected, the fact that it was a joke, now you're going to go ahead and break the law, putting yourself in possible more risk, because now you can get a charge, get arrested. So now how are you really going to be providing for your family after that? Now Will can do it because his money long. I can't afford to be locked up with my career. Now I can't take care of my family. So you still everything still needs to be taken within context. So yeah.
One thing is, a lot of people have been saying Will has been the butt of jokes for years. But who is the fault for that? At the end of the day, we have to know the history between Jada and Will. For one, Will knew Jada was still in love with Tupac. Okay, so, but yet he's the one who chose to put himself out there, and he's the one who chose to date her, and he's the one who chose to marry her. And for years, she's always said, I'm still in love with Tupac, even to this very day. Think about the embarrassment she's giving this man, talking about he can't perform in the bed. Willow wrote a letter to Tupac, I wish you was still alive so me and my mommy could be happy. Bitch, what you talking about? The motherfucker's dead. You ain't never even met Tupac a day in your life. Motherfucker died before you was born. Now you gonna write a letter to a dead man, you stupid son of a bitch. What the fuck sense that makes? Shut your stupid ass up. I mean, but and then he's the one who chose to go out there and get on the red table and have Jada spill the beans about their entanglement. At the end of the day, he is the one who's put his relationship out there. He's the one who chooses to be the core of the butt jokes. If you don't want all these people in your business, shut the hell up. Because quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't even see what the hell is so special about the damn woman that he's still with her. Because I would have been left the bitch. But my thing is for you to sit back and have sex with your son's best friend, half your age? Nah. You lost all respect for me forever.
But you know it's men that do that all the time, right? Men and women.
Who does that?
Men and women. Mostly men, but men and women.
Well, I ain't talking about men. I'm talking about just them two in particular. But it's everything for the world to know
Well, these are celebrities, so a lot of the
It's
stuff. I mean,
everything for the world to know.
they got
I mean,
paparazzi.
When you are a public figure, you don't have that option. You have given up a piece of your privacy when you decided to be a public figure.
Yeah, and
and
also,
okay, and with that, then you decide to be the butt of the jokes. Then
do you
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not
But
disagreeing.
just to clarify some of that. So there was a video that was posted a long time ago where August Alsina was walking around the house and said to be Will's robe. Like Will didn't control all of that. And if it's an open relationship as it's been speculated, then I mean,
but you can't get upset and people say, well, he's the butt of the jokes. If it's an open relationship, then that should not affect him.
Well, we speculating. I don't know if they ever said it out loud.
So
I believe it's been talked about.
So B, are you saying like the comedic context? Like, for example, we understand the joke to be a G.I. Jane joke, right? She was bald headed, G.I. Jane was bald headed. But what if there was comedic context? Because if you think about it, like Demi Moore messed with Ashton Kutcher, who was younger than her. Yeah. So how Will interpreted that as a comedian himself was, oh shit, you trying to imply that she fuck with young niggas? So it wasn't even about the hair loss.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Right.
What now? If say he took the joke like that, would we still feel like he took it too far with slapping him, or would that be kind of some wiggle room to be like, oh yeah, I slapped the fuck out of nigga for that shit?
No, so personally, yes, he still would have taken it too far because he's not a teenager, right? Like his amygdala is fully formed, his brain is fully hardened. There's no such thing as, oh my god, I gotta react. You can be triggered, absolutely. We can't tell you how to like feel. However, as an adult, you still are responsible for your surroundings in your area.
Right.
Because
now smoke backstage too.
Right, exactly.
You being on blast like that is just you wrong, man.
Yeah.
If you still wanted that smoke, you could have got it backstage.
Right.
Yeah, it's like because it's thugs that wouldn't pop off in front of their auntie. They'd wait till they get in the parking lot and pop off. So I feel what y'all saying.
And Jada's skin is not that soft. Like she has tough skin. That little one joke, she could have blew that off.
And also, we have to look at it from this perspective. Who's to even say that the joke was even in regards to her hair? G.I. Jane was a hero. So, I mean, all Chris Rock said was G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. I mean, everyone is taking it as, oh, he said something.
Yeah, it was about the hair, though, bro.
It definitely was.
Yeah. Well, I want to get. Let me
get. He said it directly. He said it indirectly. He said it indirectly.
Let me get Isha in here real quick.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't remember who said it, but Jada Pinkett Smith, she didn't need no protection from him. He took that too far.
Yeah. What do you mean?
She has tough skin. If you get anytime that you have red table talk and you can get up there and talk about all your business, your skin is not that soft where that one moment defined how anything was going to go. It wasn't that serious. It was a joke.
So you don't agree with Tiffany Haddish and them?
Saying what that? Oh, it was nice for him to protect her like that?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think, Alex, that men deal with men though? Because I have a notion that men deal with men and then women deal with women. So if somebody addresses my wife, a man, I deal with him.
I understand that too.
I think with the whole Will and Jada thing, like from what I've seen with people, just in general, I feel like sometimes people, they'll make themselves or they overly share or the obvious so that other people don't have the opportunity to speak their truth, right? They try to get in front of the narrative. I think when it comes to the issue with the G.I. Jane joke, yes, she's come out, she says, I have alopecia. Yes, that's her saying, like, I'm owning this. I think as a Black woman, our hair is a very, 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 very sensitive issue. I don't care, that Demi Moore shaved her head by choice because she chose to do that movie role. Like, who's to say that Jada wasn't at home crying in the process of losing her hair. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that, you know, she may not lose her eyebrows or whatever else. So I think there's that piece. I think what bothers me about this whole situation is I don't feel that people keep the same energy when it comes to stuff that we do. And we know that because we're black. I think if he got up and slapped him in regards to protecting another community, we be having the smoke. When I see the Jim Carreys up here and they're talking about, oh, I was so disgusted, I was so bothered and everything like that. Stop. And I think that's what bothers me the most is seeing these white people come out here and they're saying this, but the same energy isn't given when you had a Harvey Weinstein over here receiving all of his accolades. When you have all of these, when Jim Carrey was on the awards, on different awards show however many years ago, kissing a woman without her consent on stage. Where was the outrage then? So the situation annoys me because I think Will had a human moment. I think he snapped. Was it corny? Yes, but it happened. But I just wish that people had the same energy across the board when it came to certain things. And I hate that we feel like we have to behave because we're around white people. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've been hearing people saying, he did this in front of all these white people. If he had a moment, he snapped. It doesn't matter where it was. It happened.
Yeah. I think we make white people mad at far too much. Go ahead, Pete.
Yes, I do.
Who? Me?
Yeah, go ahead. You was about to say something.
I was going to say, but also, like, culturally, we are different, right? You're not going to see white people go and smack. Like, they view fighting as, oh my God, it's this monstrosity thing. Now, we're not talking about the Glen Burnies and the trailer park people. We're not talking about that. We're talking about mainstream, quote unquote, white people, right? Middle of the road white people are not going to resort to physical altercations the way we do most times, a lot of the time. And so they see it as the last, like, oh my, like it's that egregious to them. So their outrage for Harvey and the rest of them, sure, it definitely would have manifested differently though.
P, what are you talking about?
Because she said I want
nobody's fighting in Ukraine or Russia but these white people.
Okay, so you're talking about war, and I'm talking about interpersonal stuff.
I'm talking about gladiators, all of them, white people.
Yeah, no. So
murder, death, kill, white people. Greece, white people.
Oh, were you there for that?
Alexander the Greek was a white man.
Oh my God. Oh, so you know him.
Okay. So you want to play that game? Don't play that game. I'm just saying, white people are the most carnal people in the world.
Again, I'm not even going to disagree or agree with you. What I'm saying is, in the context of of what we're seeing in the social mainstream, those white people are not the same white people we see today.
Boy, you remember when they put up there when they said black woman? Do you guys remember when you used to Google it? It said like black woman something. You put it in, it was all sexual, provocative pictures of black women. It was like a phrase. Do you guys remember that like a year ago? If you Googled it, it had like derogatory photos of black women. If you put in white woman with the same phraseology, it did not have the same images. So if they keep putting things in front of you, they make you to believe it. But how true is it actually? White people kill other white people at the same rates as black people kill black people. Go ahead.
I hear what you're saying, and what you're trying to do is make it this thing that we're going down to like the genealogy of it all. I'm only talking about what we're seeing mainstream. We're going to talk about the Oscars, the Grammys, all those other stupid ass shows that I don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a different group of people. It's not going to be the same people that are going to fight. They might talk about it behind closed doors, but it's not going to manifest in public. Right? It's the same thing. We're not talking about the Jack and Jill black people. Those are different black people than your run-of-the-mill nigga down the street.
I think you leaning too far into propaganda.
But I can only tell you what I've experienced for my own self, right? So that's my reality. And it's not so much propaganda if I'm living it.
Yeah, I just think they broadcast it a lot more. I just think they broadcast us in negative lights a lot more, you know?
And every one of us sitting here can be opposite of what they broadcast, right? We all have our own learned and lived experiences.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm going to shut up.
Go ahead, P.
Oh, no problem. You can go ahead.
Yeah, go finish. Finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying, but at the end of the day, like, we're going to do a scatter plot of these things. We're talking about very much generalizations. This is what we see. This is what we have. Are we that different from them? Yes, no, maybe. It depends on what we're talking about. But we're talking about violence and what we view as violent and what they view as violent. It is very different. That is why you'll see us be broadcasted that way, because we don't see it that way.
That's fair. That's fair. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was some talk that I guess back in like 2018, Will had an issue with Chris Rock talking about Jada. So there was a sidebar conversation had at that point, and then we move into the more recent time, and he I guess did it again. So when we heard him, yeah, I guess yelling from the audience, that wasn't the first time that he had to say that to Chris. I don't know how true that is, um, but that is something that I came across that people were saying like, no, this goes back to 2018. So it was more, if that is a true thing, it was more of a personal thing between him and Chris. So it didn't matter if it was August Alsina or another host. That was some like, nigga, you knew better. And then again, it could go back to once he saw Jada switch up, it was like, nah, I gotta take care of this because I told old boy back in 2018 this shit wasn't cool.
But you didn't take care.
I think it was 16.
What do you
Yeah, with the Oscar so white.
Yeah, she went
I
broke.
feel that, but he didn't take care of it. Because I saw somebody say like my you're not dismissed, but my husband is an on-site type of nigga when it comes to me, and I feel that I can take care of it, right? Like being an on-site type of nigga means I'm gonna take care of it right there and then.
Right.
Will didn't take care of nothing.
Right.
Will sauntered on stage, slapped a small black man, and sauntered back to his seat.
It's the saunter for me.
And then he crossed his legs. He crossed his legs at the ankles and sat back.
Cross it.
Yeah, right.
That's not on site.
So
That's not on site.
This
And
not the
we
first
and we
person Will
forgetting the.
slapped.
It might not be, but it's the biggest. It was done at the biggest moment in the biggest setting with the most eyes and all of that. And if you really wanted, if you was really going there, then just dog him out on stage. Like have the joint go to cut. Remember the '90s when they would do the boop and the shit you get all the colors on the shit on the
Source
TV.
Awards.
You know what I'm saying?
It was getting busy.
Cause you was working him out, but that's not what you did.
Let me ask you: you never slapped the nigga before?
Absolutely.
Did you saunter away though?
How did you saunter away?
Nah. I fully
That's the part
expected
that
something in return.
But you ever slap a dude before?
Yes.
Do you understand the level instantly? He like right here after you slap
Yeah.
shit out of boy. That is a statement. That's like spitting on a nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I didn't slap him and think like, yo, I'm gonna go. Yo,
Right.
where we going? What's the next spot we going to?
Right.
Yo, you want to drink, man? Nah. At that point, I'm trying to incite a problem. Like when I slap you, I'm telling you, I would like a problem. I want a
So
problem.
do y'all think that Chris had
That
the
was so
composure?
polite.
Do y'all think that Chris had the composure that Will should have had? So it was like he noticed, you know what? I can't really respond to this right now because I'm in the middle of hosting this fucking shit. Let me keep this shit
There
together.
was a still photograph, and he had a fist. That other hand was
Right,
balled up,
yeah.
and he let it go.
Yeah.
It was literally like, oh, but you have a job to do.
Yeah, because you would think that's your natural reaction, right? You get slapped and you just gonna be like, oh,
But then
you
now let's
slapped
also
me?
look
Like,
at the
nah.
optics of it, right? It's the first time you've got a black alpha, who directed it, right? Who produced it or whatever the case may be.
Will Parker, right?
Will Packer.
Will
Yeah.
Packer, mhm. And so that first time ever, and however long these bullshit ass awards been going on. So you got a black man that's producing this. You got a black man on stage. You're falling into every stereotype. I
DJ
don't
do nice.
care
Mhm.
about anything, right? I don't care about anything that's going on, short of somebody causing you physical harm. You decided to jump on that stage and do that. You decided to make yourself and all of us look like a spectacle.
Yeah.
For what reason? Like, what did you accomplish? And then not on top of that, it's on camera, it's recorded. The fact that Chris Rock didn't press charges, that's awesome. That's nice because Pierre would have pressed charges twice. But they don't even have to, right? The awards people can press charges.
Yeah.
Anybody that's there in that state can press charges, and it's right there. Your money's only going to carry you so far. And again, you work for those people. You're not doing Tyler Perry movies. You're not doing only black people movies. You're going to do white people movies. And if they cancel you, then how are you going to make that money back? Because Willow's music ain't that bomb. So sorry, friends.
Well, that's true.
So, Ish. So, my question is inspired by what Pierre just said. Do you feel like Will set us all back?
No, I don't think he set us back. I just think that I don't think his response was a reflection of us as a people. I think it was more so a reflection as him.
Yep.
And then
You so for me, I could see myself doing some shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. Like about mine, like I'm not scared of like that I got too much to lose. I could go to jail shit. Don't really come to mind once I get upset. Or once my wife is upset. Just being
I was
honest.
talking to a guy friend, and he was saying he wouldn't have to worry about something like that happening because his presence garners enough respect that you wouldn't even want to come at his wife like that. I think that Will and Jada made their marriage open season for anybody to comment on anything about him and her. So we already, the public, he didn't garner any respect anyway. So anybody can come at her.
right.
Yo,
And it's
B, make sure you remind me to cut this clip out. Because
okay.
it's the first profound shit I used to say on the show since the inception of the show. So we need to make a clip of this shit.
Right. But also, what I want to do is I want to piggyback on what Isha said. You said you have a guy friend, his presence garners much respect. And that is why, and y'all probably get tired of me saying, but this is why I love hanging out with him. Because his presence, like when you see his presence, like when you see it, it's gonna be like you just have to come at him that type of way. Because what's so funny? I'm trying to
It's Pierre, B.
Damn, what's so funny?
I'm innocent. I don't know what they're talking about. It's crazy.
Y'all all right? Y'all all right? But what I'm saying is that presence, like, you know, and I got a little presence too, you know, but it ain't as big as Ham's, but it's gonna be presence. But it's gonna be the type of presence like motherfucker, you ain't gonna want to fuck with me now. Goddamn motherfucker walking the goddamn stage. I'm a pretty big dude. Now I ain't big, but
you got a medium presence. Get presence.
I got a medium presence. But guy, I be damn motherfucker would have sat back and slapped me. No. And then my wife and kids is watching. I can't go out.
But
like
everybody's response time is different though. Like some people respond like that, like me.
Yeah.
In most situations, I'm very delayed because I'm gonna have to process that you just did what the fuck I thought.
No,
But you gotta think of it like this, B. Apparently, Chris Rock has a tour coming up with Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So Will basically smacked the shit out of a nigga who, in his eyes, he got a lot to lose, even though he got daughters. He had to really think about that because listen to all the criticism that Will is getting now. Now you pick another nigga that y'all two niggas fought at the Oscars. That's not a good look. Like if anything, he gonna be the bigger person to let all that shame go to Will.
But this also leads to another question, two questions actually. And it's how does this now set the stage for the comedic world? Are they not gonna have to filter what they can say because of sensitive motherfuckers like Will Smith? And also look at the double standard. Oh, when Will Smith was going through his issues and his mental illness, and he's on the red table and he's crying and all this and all that, people make memes out of him. Or memes, I ever pronounce the shit, I don't know. But when it comes down to Jada Pinkett Smith, he defended. And I would have never defended that bitch. You done sat back and slept with a goddamn son's best friend, goddamn motherfucker half the age of you. And you gonna sit there, you think I'm supposed to defend you? Bitch,
I love how this cycle comes back.
Man.
Nah. But look at the double standards, though. I mean, look at the double standards. Why is it that women are able to get away with so much and men not? This man's crying his heart out because he's in love with Jada. They make fun of it. But then when Will Smith embarrassed himself for slapping Chris Rock, he stood up for her. She never stands up for him. But now y'all want a man to go and sit back and defend y'all when y'all the same women that sit back making fun of the man. Like, come on. Double
So you want your girlfriend to smack Chris Rock in the face when he talk about you?
Do I want? I don't. What?
They didn't get it together.
So
Do you
listen,
want your girlfriend to defend you? You want her to smack Chris Rock in the face when you talk
Ain't
about it?
nobody don't need to defend me of nothing. But what I don't.
That's right.
what
You a
do
baddie.
need
You
to
got that
defend?
medium energy. You a baddie. Don't let anybody tell you differently at all. Never.
All right, so I don't know what you're saying. I didn't understand the question. But anyway, but what I'm saying is the double standards. She didn't defend him, but now all of a sudden he got to defend her. What type of bullshit is that?
so Adrian, do you agree that our women should defend us the same way we defend them?
Absolutely.
Adrian,
No.
Shit.
You can't talk alpha male and talk about a woman defending you. You just can't.
Yes.
Adrian, say something.
I said no. Oh, you hear me? Oh yeah, I said no. I'm not expecting my woman to defend me with anything.
Well, no,
And I'm sure they probably do. Like, oh, if somebody talking bad about me or whatever, like she'll check them, but it's not nothing that
well, that's defending.
about.
That's
Yeah, I'm
defending.
sure it probably happens, but I'm not. It's not a thought to me. Like, I wonder if she's defending me when I'm like not. I don't even think about it. Like,
Question for the ladies. So when you go out, right? Let's say you get into it with a man or you have a disagreement with a man, do you expect your significant other to stand there and let you handle it?
No.
Because I've heard that before where guys will say, well, she can handle herself, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. I've heard, you guys never heard that before? Like they'll let her like hash it out or whatever the case is. Like, do you expect for your man to stand there because you got it?
No,
So to speak?
if I'm with my guy, if a homeless guy is asking me for money, I'm looking at him like, you asking a woman for money? Asking, I don't even think they should be. A man should ask me any question when I'm on my man. He shouldn't have the audacity to talk to me.
Right.
What you think, Alec?
I mean, I'm very protective just naturally as a person. But if my husband walks over, he sees me getting to somebody, he's handling it. He's similar to you, him. There's not going to be no talking. When he's mad, he's mad. And whatever happens, happens. It could be a Will Smith situation. I didn't like what you said. And in the moment, this is how I'm reacting. I'll think about and process all the other stuff afterwards. Versus me, my response is a little bit more delayed because I have to go through my steps. And I got to make sure you said what you said and that you were talking to me and that the intent of what you said matched. And we've had those moments. And I say that because me personally, I wasn't on a stage, but I've had a Will Smith moment. I processed it really fast. I understood that she said what she said, and then whatever happened, happened. It wasn't a proud moment, but oh well, it happened. I just thank God that there wasn't a lot of people present. No one had cameras, and I kept myself employed. So it happened.
So you were scrapping?
What happened, happened. It was on day 3 of my past. That was a past life. Good, it happened. Oh.
You from Hartford or Bridgeport?
Yeah, I'm from Middletown, just like him.
Hey, Middletown in the building.
So listen, I don't know, bro. I'm just letting you know. I think a lot of cats, people talk that shit. Adrian talk. I got a lot of shit to lose. But if somebody disrespecting your woman, you gotta go out on what you may deem a limb. I mean, it is what it is. Camera, no camera.
Context matters, though.
Huh?
I said, but context matters, though.
Nah.
Yeah, like we had a comedy show when a dude joke my wife and she mad about it. I'm not about to go fight the nigga because it's expected. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we go somewhere and we are expecting things like that will possibly happen there. Like, okay, cool. Somebody say something crazy. Now I'm gonna jump in front of you. I'm going to check you. Everything. It's like for every action there should be like a reaction that's kind of worth what it is, right?
That's
so like
fair.
It's different if you out with a stranger just disrespect her. Now you don't know what's about to go on, then you don't ask no question.
Yeah.
But it always has to be taken within context. And then you got to think, just because if we say, nah, you should do it, people gonna listen to what we say and then go be doing dumb shit, shooting a nigga because a nigga stepped on your wife's foot by accident. And now they out here killing people. And that's okay because he was defending his wife, and we can't tell nobody how to defend their wife.
And then you
These
throw
be the
in
same
that
dummies talking about free him.
Right.
and you throw in that it's a work event. So if you had a work event, and let's say there's a comedy show and somebody says something about your wife and you're at that work event, how are you
Yeah, you might be right.
So,
Hey B,
hold
this
on.
the second. Hold on. Let me just congratulate East real quick. This the second fucking thing you done said in one show. Did you get a new job?
With a hand clap at.
I done had another. They right like a motherfucker. Y'all cousins?
We first cousins.
What's up, Russ?
What was just said made me think of what you said earlier, though, about the fact that it wasn't. So let me back up. Hey, I disagree with you, fam, and I disagree with you because it's not about what your partner thinks is offensive or what your partner thinks is right, wrong, or disrespectful. As a man, you know what's in bounds and out of bounds for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you out with your woman and someone does something that is out of bounds for you, it is what it is. Plain and simple. Now, of course, if your woman feels like something is wild, crazy, but you know, yo, she be bugging, man. That ain't. Let me calm this down. Let me handle the situation, but it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what's on your list of fuck it. You know what I'm saying? To Q point earlier on when she said that moment wasn't the realest shit for Will, because Will was laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like Will looked over and seen Jada upset, and then was like, "Oh, I gotta do something about this." When you out and about with your lady or whatnot, it's not, "Oh, my wife is upset. Oh, I'm gonna have to set it on this nigga." Nah, you's a dum for that, yo.
Yeah.
You about to get your clearance taken. You about to spend the weekend in jail, like all of that. Now, if you do that over something that you know and you feel and deem is completely out of bounds and disrespectful, then fuck it is what it is, right? Like you're not gonna line step with me like that. But that's with you, not with her or your homeboy or her homegirl or no shit like that. So you gotta have them lines and them boundaries set for yourself, and you operate and you move like that.
That's kind of to B's point, where his hesitation and his laugh kind of takes away from his reasoning. Yeah, because I'm not waiting for anything. Like if I feel she was disrespected in any way, we're gonna have at it.
So let me ask you this, here, because I know you definitely experienced this. So what about, let's say you out somewhere, you and your wife, something crazy happens. She's like, "No, calm down, no." How do y'all handle those situations?
No, she don't do that to me.
She don't do.
Hell no. She get behind me and she grab my shirt. That's it. Once I get angry, I could feel her calm. Like I know she want me to be calm, but she don't get in my way. Like she don't get in the range because she know how I get. Like,
but you're like that with friends,
huh?
You're like that with your friends. I know you like that with your wife.
Yeah,
because you were like that last time at the club or at the bar thing.
Yeah, that part, right? So yeah, like just once I get there, like you gotta let it rock. And I know she right there, so I can feel my subconscious, but it's gonna go how I need it to go based on where I get, and she understands that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hey, that shit didn't work on me. So
put him in the fucking basket. Get him out of here.
No, that's why, like you were saying, bro. Like this the right woman though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like she know how I am. Like did you see Racine Osborne right here? Hear her comment? This one here. So you know what I'm saying? Like she know, like that's not men deal with men, women deal with women. There was one time I'm DJing and the lady that was kind of running the party like came at me kind of like harshly, but I know her, so I just whatever. My wife checked her instantly. I ain't done a party for her since, but it is what it is. Like, you feel me? Will, man. So nobody's feeling Will?
No. It's you are front row at the Oscars. What do you think is gonna happen? Man, listen. It's as simple as this. If you're sensitive, then just don't go to the goddamn Oscars. It's what comedians do. What the fuck you thought was gonna happen is what comedians do. You're front row at the Oscars. You know they're gonna crack jokes on you.
Yo,
Will's been to 50 million Oscars. He already know what time it is.
He went to the front row.
Get on stage. Then you're gonna open hand slap the man. Then you're gonna turn around on the man. Then you're gonna switch back and get in your seat and cross your legs. Ain't no damn way. He knew Chris Rock as a bitch. How you gonna slap that man and turn your back on that man like that? Ain't no way in the hell that could have been me.
That's
sorry.
what I'm saying. But think about that. He sat front row with a bald chick, with a comedian as the host. But did you see Lupita Ball? She know better.
Yeah, and Chris wasn't even the host. He was presenting.
Presenting still. You know who's in the building. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gonna sit front row and be bald? You know, the first comedian come up there coming for you.
Yeah.
Lupita was like,
Shorty
no.
Baldy was fresh though. Like, she's not
even ugly.
Baldy was fresh though, yo.
Yeah.
But do y'all think that people tired of her shit too? Like Chris Rock and all them. I feel like they tired and they feel for Will too. What y'all think?
I feel like people are tired of hearing about their situations. Absolutely. But her specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, tired of her, yeah, but feel for her. No, I don't feel for her.
No.
I don't feel for him either because he chooses to be. You're an adult.
That's what my question is. Are people tired of her shit though?
Oh yes. So first, absolutely.
Second part, two-part, Alex. Do people feel for Will because they tired of her shit?
I think that Jada and Will have both done their dirt. The difference is that Jada's dirt was headline-like to it. And August Alsina, he was childish. You shouldn't have messed with him. He ran his mouth. That is what happened. So in that moment, Jada had to explain herself. Will was smart enough to mess around with other women who had things to lose. They knew to be quiet. They knew to hush their mouth. Because there was
other men.
Will was doing stuff. And apparently men too. But that's the difference. And I think when that happened, Will was embarrassed. Whether they were separated or not, he said, I was done with your ass. We was done. But the difference is that what he was doing was not on Front Street.
Yeah.
It
So
isn't the truth.
does anybody feel for Will on the panel?
Nope.
I feel
I kind of do in a way. I think he's getting dragged behind closed doors. I mean, and it's evident that they have issues on the home front because we're all talking about, oh, well, she felt away and he defended his woman. That is just because if a nigga got out of pocket, you would want him to defend you. Like, first of all, if she took a joke that far, then he not doing his job at home in some way because she should have walked out of that house with hella confidence to where that joke wouldn't even be touching her. Like, nigga, you ever heard the song Conceited by Remy? Yeah. You think Remy Martin would have been at the fucking Oscars, Grammys, anywhere with a baldy and got in her feelings because a comedian made a joke? No, because Papoose is going to hype her up. So already you could tell they got some issues going on to where Will's still not really stepping up. And I think that, again, it goes back to the points we were trying to make before. A lot of that is just some personal shit he's dealing with. None of that really had anything to do with defending her and standing up for her because she was being attacked. What he did, in my opinion, is some shit you do if the nigga touch your wife or touch your girlfriend. Now you got to get these hands on sight. But that's a sidebar conversation type of situation.
Okay.
Even if it was a conversation in 2018, in my personal opinion, from a nigga who criticized Eminem for cussing in his rhymes and having a bad influence on the kids, no.
Okay. Adrian, you said you feel for him. Tell me why.
Because he's a black man, yo. You know, and I feel like I know we're not always the best with articulating ourselves. So again, with what he's trying to do and what he's been able to accomplish to be able to cross over, a lot of people can't do that. And so he's had to do things that a lot of people aren't willing to do to get to where he is. Who knows how that is played on him, right? Just the constant back and forth to be criticized on such a national level all the time. Man, we have no idea what that meant. That's why I said that slap was for Tupac and for everybody, man. Chris Rock took one for the team, yo. Chris Rock took one for the team, yo.
But at the end of the day, and I mean, I hear what you all are saying in terms of, he's a black man, he's trying to make it, he's accomplished a lot. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm the type, I'm only going to feel sorry for a person, but for so much. First off, I was taught never feel sorry for a person, but I'm only going to feel sorry for you, but for so much. In the end of the day, he's the one who is still in this situation. Listen, who is married to Jada Pinkett Smith? Will Smith. All right. Who decides to still be in the relationship with her? He does. Leave the woman alone. He doesn't have to deal with this. I'm sorry. No, I ain't feeling sorry for him. He's the one who's choosing to deal with it.
And the kid's grown? Yeah.
Man, I would have dipped. I would have dipped so long. Nah.
I think we just tired of.
For one, I would have dipped when she said, I'm still in love with Tupac. I'm trying to get with you, and you gonna tell me you still in love with another motherfucker, and you think I'm sit back and marry you? Nah. I'm sorry. I can't rock with y'all on that one. I ain't feeling sorry for him.
I think we just tired of Will and Jada in general. But
I'm sorry.
And thinking about when B said that she should have been protecting him like a woman protecting him, if she should have been protecting him in a sense where if she felt him getting up, she could have put her hand back you know what, we don't want to mess up what we built this far. So, let's laugh this off and we can talk about it after the fact when we're not live on air.
That's what I say is giving narcissists is that grandiose energy. I need to feel important. I'm okay with you making an ass out of yourself. It makes me feel good.
Right.
So, both of y'all's
points.
They released the video today.
They what?
Somebody recorded the video from behind, so you see her.
Oh
reaction
yes.
I'm smacking her. And she would laugh.
She laughed. Yes.
Yeah.
And then when Will sat down and Will started speaking, she just looked at Will. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, absolutely.
She said she told him Tupac would have shot him, yo.
Yo. All right, Russ, final thoughts on the topic, B.
I think the whole situation is pretty unfortunate. I do think I think both men and women need to protect each other. I think that comes across and it looks differently. I don't think that Jada has protected Will. We know that Will hasn't protected Jada, and we know that neither one of them has protected their relationship. So for everybody on the line, everybody listening, everybody watching, make sure you take care of yourself and make sure you take care of those who are important to you and the things that are important to you. You got to figure out what that looks like, what that sounds like, and make sure you act when it's appropriate.
Word. Listen, man, interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Definitely like the channel right now, share it right now. When you do so, it helps the channel. We got merch in dts.com/Richkey logo merch. We're streaming on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, all of that. We're streaming on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, of course. And so we're doing a lot of shit, man. I'm proud of us. So listen, I don't really mess with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Pierre, final thoughts.
I mean, damn, I really can't follow up with that. But essentially, if you're going to smack somebody, keep that same energy. Just know that if you smack me, if you're black, white, yellow, or whatever, I'm pressing charges. I always press charges. Always.
Adrian?
Hey, everybody need a therapist, y'all. Everybody need a therapist, y'all. That's it. Go and get, just like you go to see a doctor to get checked up too every once what, every 2-3 years, or however often you go, get you a therapist, even if it's just to check in with her and make sure you all right, yo.
Okay, I think you should go to the doctor more than every 3 years. But
Yeah, I ain't been to the doctor in like 6 years, yo, but I'm gonna
Once a
go.
year, Adrian. Once a year.
Oh, once a year?
bro.
The insurance pays for it once a year.
Diabetes and every damn thing.
I'll
Q,
go this
final
year.
thought.
I know a lot of people are just like, Will defended his wife because somebody said something about her to hurt her feelings. I'll just say, be careful what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women want that nigga that's gonna pop off on anything, but when he bop you upside your motherfucking head because he lost his shit too quick, just know that's what you asked for.
Bruh.
D, final thought.
I don't care if I get backlash for it. I don't feel sorry for Will Smith. He chooses to deal with it. Jada is a bitch, and he should have left her a long goddamn time ago. How the fuck motherfucker gonna sit back and say she's still in love with Tupac, and the bitch still gonna marry her? He get exactly what the fuck he deserves. I ain't feeling sorry for him. Fuck him. Kiss my ass, bitch. You gonna slap that man on live stage and gonna walk off like that man ain't supposed to do nothing?
Final thought, B.
I'm sorry. I get ice.
Alex.
I don't think Will Smith should have got up there and slammed him. However, shit happens. You never know how people are gonna respond. And some people, like myself, are delayed, so I can process. And some people, similar to him, they're gonna react immediately. So I feel for Will. And if nothing else, Chris Rock has sold out all of his shows on tour, so it worked out for him in the long run.
Word. Russ.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out for him. He still got slapped by another.
His face,
And I think it was already paid. But yeah, man. I like Q's thought, yo. Just keep that same energy, man. Just keep that same energy. That's for everybody, yo. If you about that, then be about that when there's a white man in front of you and when there's a black man in front of you. When there's a small man in front of you, when there's a large man in front of you. Just keep it consistent, yeah.
Word. Isha, final thought.
Depending on the type of friendship, your ex might be up for grabs. And my first question on my next date is, are you willing to slap a man for me?
Yo, that's 3 for 3. That's 3 for 3. Yo.
it's the hair, Isha. It's the hair. I get it.
Definitely the hair, bro.
Who this?
Isha.
It's no longer will you die for me, will you slap a nigga for me?
Isha, I'll go to Connecticut and slap a man for you, Isha. I'll come straight to Connecticut and slap a man for you.
I live in North Carolina.
North Carolina, girl, I'll get there even quicker.
I got a son.
I'll get there even quicker.
She got a kid. She got a kid, B.
I got a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry, Isha.
No.
Listen, man. Isha is definitely the hair, bro. Yeah, I think X is probably off limits. I think that friends do come and go, but the real ones stay, right? And it doesn't matter how long you knew somebody, it's how long they kept it real with you. Right. So I think we need to definitely keep value in that. Will Smith, I think, they definitely he's hurt in a lot of different ways, right? So I want to be empathetic towards that. I'm not so sensitive. I'm desensitized to a lot of stuff, but I still feel for that, right? Because love make you do foolish things and stay in foolish situations. So I just want to acknowledge that part. I will slap a nigga for my wife in front of Jesus if I needed to. So I don't know how I really feel. I probably got to go back and maybe assess it. But what's mine is mine. So I think men deal with men, women deal with women. So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.